issue on Facebook. The found footage format can be unforgiving when it comes to performances. I'm thinking of the awesome, powerful scene between Kimber and Trace in episode 1.8. Such a long, emotional scene shot fully in one take. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Not in one take.
It is a long, emotional scene in one take. How many tries did it take to get it right? We could try counting, but we'd be here a while.
The most interesting part, actually, instead of giving you an exact number, I'm going to tell you the exact number of different locations we tried. We kept trying for it and not getting it. And like we would shoot it a couple of times and then it wouldn't work. And so then at the next, time that we were all getting together to film, we'd try and shoot it again and it wouldn't work. And we just kept doing it over and over again. So there were 4 different places that we tried to do that scene.
Actors, how do you feel about working like this? What are the upsides and downsides of having to do scenes like this all in one shot?
So, the hardest part is just like making sure everything's perfect and we don't have like accidents of people finding their way in screen that they're not supposed to be and dropping a line or jumping around in lines. In any sort, it's almost like live theater films, just because we have to have it be so precise, or as precise as we can make it be.
And I'm going to speak for Kim again, because Kim has those long monologues, and it's so painful for her because she'll, be getting almost through to the end of a monologue, and then she'll mess up a line, and then she has to start back at the beginning. So the person who's hardest on is Kim.
The other thing I noticed was, it was interesting because, since it's this found footage sort of format and with these long takes, it's like if something does get messed up, sometimes you just improvise and, kind of find your way back on track. And that almost works because it gets this, immediate, real feeling, I find, with that improvisation, which actually helps because it's found footage. It's like, this really happened and it just happened to be captured on camera.
We get to insert a lot of improvisation into performances, which Alex is really awesome with, and we get some really amazing, genuine performances out of it, I think. So.
Alex, how much have you compromised / are you willing to compromise your vision for super long scenes like this? If the actors do a 4-minute take that 90% is amazing, but 10% not, how comfortable are you asking them to redo the whole scene?
Well, so I have to be pretty comfortable with it. So I would say that it's not an issue of comfort. It's an issue of figuring out what is my vision for the project and what is being a perfectionist about the scene. Because honestly, the heart and soul of my vision for this project is in itself the found footage format. The idea of it being so immediate and it being so, and like Cameron was saying, getting really, genuine performances that really could only happen once. That did in fact happen, that, we'd get through the whole scene and there would be one part that I wouldn't like. But often what I do is I would, if I'd watch it back over and I'd see okay, do I actually not like it? Or was it just not what I was expecting? If it's something about the story, if it's something about, that's really central to the character, then yeah, I will absolutely ask people to do it again. But frequently for end times, I think it's about trusting the moment.
Alex, this is the last part of Reed's 4-part question.
Reed, you're my favorite human being. You're such a great person.
Do you ever feel like your commitment to the found footage format has limited your creative choices?
Again, I'm gonna say that most of my creative choices are the found footage format. I've come up with stuff that I would want to shoot in the End Times universe that is not found footage, but it's not End Times. It's something else in the End Times universe. So every scene for me is tied up in that particular way of filming it. Thank you for that question, Reed.
For sending us a 4-part question.